So, hi Jennifer. It's good to see you. I like your little decoration in the back. That's amazing. That is really, really cute. I love it.
This is actually our baby nursery, so slash office. So
That's gorgeous. Did you paint that?
it's actually a giant sticker.
Is it like a decal from,
Right.
there's a company that does those. Yeah.
Yeah, and it comes in pieces and you can just piece it on and everybody's like, "Who painted that?" I'm like, "Well, it's a giant sticker. I wish I could take credit for it."
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's really awesome. I love it. I really love it. So, no, it looks good. Looks good.
Thank you.
So, all right. Well, I'm going to record this. Well, actually, it's recording now. And what I'm going to do is, I know that it's just you and I, but I'm sure everybody else will listen to it after the fact. So, I just want to kind of go through my agenda for today is to go through sort of March and it's just weird how this 30 days falls. Like usually it all falls within the month, but it's actually a good thing because I'll go through what to expect, for the next month, how to kind of plan out the month, and then where to go from here. So I'm going to grab my marketing calendar because I want to go through that. So the first thing is tonight, if for any reason you have either new coaches that have just joined your team or you want to just there might be some people that want a refresher on kind of launching your business or getting started right. I'm going to do that, get new coach kickoff call tonight at 9:00. So I posted the link in my team page. I posted it in the large team page. And so you're more than welcome to get on there or share that with any new coaches that maybe have joined your team, because I'm going to kind of kick off the next Coach University. So for anybody that feels like I'm not ready to move on to phase 2 yet, I still feel like I need to go back through and redo the assignments and redo the first 30 days. And people that should redo the first 30 days are coaches that didn't start a challenge group in the month of February, didn't hit Success Club, didn't ever launch their business, really just sort of watched from afar and didn't take action. Coaches that launched their business and attempted to get a challenge group started or get at least 3 customers and maybe didn't quite get there, but you actually were doing the business building behaviors, you should move to phase 2 because you're ready. Even though you may not have reached the goal of Success Club, you still were doing the things you needed to do to kind of build that momentum. So there's kind of 2 options. You're either going to repeat the Coach University or you're going to move to the 4 vital behaviors. If you want, so everybody needs to reach out to me to let me know where they want to go. And the 4 vital behaviors is going to be through a Facebook group. So that one will be a Facebook group. There will be a weekly call. So the weekly call will happen I think I have it set for every Monday at 12 noon. I have to look and just double check on my calendar. But again, it'll be the same thing like this, and then it'll be 4 weeks of assignments or tasks, I should say, but it'll be done through the Facebook group instead of here. And the bottom line is, at this point, you've launched your business, you are understanding sort of the flow of what to do. Now we want to duplicate that again in the next month, in the second month, because we want to make sure we've got a strong foundation. But I do want to start talking about the importance of getting to Emerald, the importance of adding your first 2 coaches, because that really is kind of the first step in, if you're looking at this more of as a business opportunity and not just a hobby, like you're saying, I do want to grow an organization. I do want to have other coaches that are doing what I'm doing. Emerald is that first milestone. So we will also talk about Emerald and Team Builder, which I will touch a little bit on that today as well. So with that being said, I want to dive into our game plan for March. So one of the things that I do, and actually I think what I'll do that might actually be the easiest, is I'm just going to screen share with you. And I'm just going to walk you through my calendar. So everybody, you guys can see my calendar up there, right? You should be able to see that up on the screen. So this is what I do every single month. Now, what you can do is you can literally go on Google and say March 2017 calendar. Basically, you just take a screenshot of that, and then I just put this into Canva or PicMonkey. You don't even have to make it fancy. I only make it fancy because I'm showing you guys, and I'm using it as a teaching tool. But if you're just doing this for your own good, just get out your calendar. That's all you really need to do. And so one of the things that I have is I have one of these big like Post-it calendars. I got this at Staples. And so instead of doing this like week by week, this is my entire month. So this is my whole month. And basically what I did was I just went and put like, today's the 1st, obviously, and you can go through here. And so you can do this, paper and pencil. So for example, on this marketing calendar that you guys can see, I know that number one, it's really important where you guys are at right now that you are building your market of people. So number one, you really want to think about, I swear the first 30 days is kind of like throw it at the wall and see what sticks. You pretty much just fumble your way through and fail forward, and you sort of feel like you're all over the place, right? So I remember my first 30 days, I was like, I don't know what the heck I just did for 30 days. I don't know what happened, but I survived. And so then, the second month, okay, now we need to kind of have a plan and a practice for it. So what I say to myself is I need to know more people, because the more people I connect with, the more people I talk to, the bigger my scope of influence. But a couple of things to ask yourself is, as you've been going through the past 30 days, ask yourself, was there certain posts that you noticed people asked more questions about, or that you got a private message from when you made a certain post? Was it when you talked about your meal plan? Was it a recipe that you shared? Was it you working out with your kids that got people asking, how do you do that? So have you guys noticed any sort of trend? Is there a group, like a specific age range that you enjoy working with? And I'll give you an example. When I was starting my business, I had a success partner. My success partner had no children. She was not married, and she was in her early 20s. I was married. I had 2 children. I had just had my second baby. We decided to co-run a challenge group together. This is something that you guys can actually do. Once you start to kind of get to know people, you can run challenge groups together. And so we said, okay, we're getting close to spring break. Let's do a bikini boot camp challenge. And I'm like, perfect. She made this beautiful little banner and advertisement for it, and I used hers, and we created the wording together, and we launched this challenge group idea. And she had like 5 customers that bought challenge packs that signed up for this bikini boot camp, and it was all in preparation for spring break. And I don't know if you can see where the story is going, but I was a mom with 2 small children, stay-at-home mom. I was not going anywhere on spring break. I was not going to fit in a bikini. I didn't even care about that. All I cared about was being able to button my pants, not having to wear maternity jeans anymore, right? And just really getting rid of that muffin top. I was trying to navigate this world of being a new mom of 2. And so I had 0 customers in that challenge group. And reflecting on that, in the moment, I thought I was a failure. In the moment, I didn't understand why it didn't work for me, and it worked so well for her. But now, as I look back on that situation, I realized I wasn't speaking to my niche market. Who were my friends on social media? Who were the people that were relating to me? Other women that had just had babies. And so once I got specific with number one, what my niche was. And even though I have friends, even right now, I have friends on Facebook that are younger. I have friends on Facebook that are older. But I know that my market, and it's changed, right? So it started out with moms of new children, babies. Now it's like moms of school-age kids, or women that are building an at-home business, or working women. Like, it's shifted. But I always say to myself, what does my audience need the most? How can I help people? What am I most passionate about? When you start talking about a certain aspect of Beachbody, does it get you more excited? So for example, I really love meal planning. I do. I love meal planning. I love prepping. I love teaching people that. I love teaching people strategies to go on vacation or travel and what to pack. I love taking pictures of it and narrating it, because I feel like I'm teaching my audience how to do what I'm doing. But you may be on the other side saying to yourself, I hate meal planning. I wing it. I eat the same things every single day, and I'm perfectly okay with that. That should be your marketing strategy. It should be like no fluff, no frills, keep it to the basics. I'm going to teach you how to be healthy and fit without having to like come up with these fancy recipes. So each one of us has to identify what part of Beachbody speaks to us. Why does it work so well for us, and how are we going to help other people? And so once we know what that looks like, then we can begin to create a plan for the month of March that is going to deliver solutions to that specific group of people. Is that making sense for you guys? I hope that that makes sense. So one of the things that I do is I try to run a free group every month, every other month, because it's a great way. And a free group should only be 7 days long. It should not be a month long. You should not be running 2-month long free groups. It should be 7 days. It's a teaser. It is a great way to get people to commit to just a tiny little bit so that you can show them the value that you would give them if they were to join an official challenge group of yours. So my free group for this month is going to be on clean eating. I know that a lot of people follow me for my recipes, for my tips. I'm going to do a 7-day basics of clean eating. And maybe this is you. Maybe you have people that follow you and they're like, what are those 21-day fix containers? And how do you meal plan? And you have a new baby, so how are you figuring out how to make this work for you? And so I basically take that and I say, all right, you've been asking questions about how I eat, how I meal plan, how I prep. I am going to take you on a 7-day journey. I'm going to give you a sample meal plan. All I do is create a 21-day fix meal plan. I put the recipes in a Word document. I make the meal plan and I create a closed Facebook group where I upload that meal plan and the recipes. And I say to people, I'm going to give you a meal plan. I'm going to give you recipes. And for the next 7 days, I am going to teach you how to plan, how to prep, how to make healthier choices, and how to, start creating this lifestyle change so that you can begin to feel better. And then all I do is I sit and I just brainstorm a list of 7 different post ideas. So first of all, one day can be healthy snacks. And literally you go into your kitchen and you can set up your phone and record a video of you talking about healthy snack ideas. Another one can be how you track your food, how you use the 21-day fix tracking sheets to track your containers each day. You can talk about what is the different nutrient density of food, how the foods at the top of the list are better than the foods at the bottom of the list. And so a lot of this is your personal experience that you're already going through that you're just putting into a 7-day free group. And so the things that I do is I don't require people to create a Beachbody account to join. There is no purchase required. They just can't be working with another coach and they can't already be a customer of mine. Like they've got to be somebody new. So I do the same thing that I do when I advertise a challenge group. I make an event for it. I make an event, I create a banner, I type up the description, and I talk about why I'm running this free group. And maybe it's like I keep getting questions about what is clean eating and how do I make it work for me. And so I've decided to share with you sort of a sneak peek into my life and how it's working for me. And I'm going to share that with you over the next 7 days. And I tell them what sort of my philosophy is, why I'm doing that. I write that in the event. And then I invite all of the people, especially all of the people from February, all the people that you friend requested for the entire month, all of the people that you've invited that said they can't afford it or not right now. Go back through and invite all of those people to that free group. And it's a great way to get them in there so that then you can say, okay, what are your goals? What interests you most about clean eating? And so I begin to not just put them into a group, but actually talk to those people, actually begin to find out what their goals are, what they struggle with, what their why is. And then I can help those. Let me get out of my Facebook here because I can see that that's what is causing this dinging. And I'm sure it's annoying you because it annoys me. All right. So anyways, okay, so that's the free group. And so the free group is going to start on the 13th and it's going to go for 7 days. So throughout the course of that 7 days, I'll have posts. If you see these free event jabs, basically what that means is, have you guys seen that wheel where I say like, put the name of your group in the middle? If it's a 7-day free group, you put it in the middle. Then you need to come up with 7 supporting posts that go along with that free group idea. So if it's 7 days of clean eating, I may share a recipe, and I may talk about like, this is a healthy alternative to late night snacking. When you'd rather have ice cream, have the cookie dough Greek yogurt instead. And I may type up the recipe, take a picture of what I'm eating, and then I'll say at the bottom, you know, if you want more recipes like this, I'm going to host a free group for 7 days. I'm going to be sharing more recipes. Like this post or message me for more information. That's a jab. Then maybe the next day I'm going to go live in my kitchen and I'm going to talk about what's in my pantry and, you know, how to read nutrition labels. And then at the end of that live video, I may say, hey, if you want to learn more about clean eating and making healthier choices, join my 7-day free group. And so every day next week, you're going to see me do this. I'm going to make a jab every day where I'm inviting people because I'm trying to get as many people as possible into that 7-day free group. Make sense? All right, so while I'm doing that, and this helps you plan your posts. So if you're saying to yourself, man, I just feel like every day I'm going through the motions and I'm just trying to wing it and I don't have a plan, this is really my plan. This is helping me to get to the end result. So while I'm doing these free, you know, sort of event jabs per se, I'm already thinking about my next challenge group because a free group, I can't just do a free group all month. I won't get Success Club. I have to actually have something I'm inviting people to. So you guys can see that the last possible day that I need to launch my challenge group idea is the 11th because my challenge group is going to start on the 20th. And realistically, you know, you can't just on the 17th of March say, all right, on Monday, I'm running a challenge group. Who wants to join me? Because it doesn't give people enough time to process the challenge group. It doesn't give people enough time to purchase. They won't have their stuff in time. And so I find that it takes me 7 to 10 days of talking about a concept, a challenge group idea, before people actually make that commitment and make that purchase. So your jabs, your challenge group jabs are literally you attracting people to you by giving them little snippets of what they would get if they were a part of that challenge group, okay? So I like to put on my calendar when I want to create that. I like to leave Saturday mornings available because on Saturday mornings, I get up at 5 o'clock. I'll get my workout in real fast. And my husband is around. So he gets the kids up, he gets them breakfast, and I sit in my office and work for about 2 hours. So let's say I'm done with my workout by 5:45, so by 7:45, by 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm done with my Beachbody business. I have the rest of Saturday to do whatever I want to do. And because he helps me and watches the kids, I can get it done. And so I sort of block out time in my calendar to do those activities. And then Matt and I communicate that, like, hey, I got to make this banner, I got to make this advertisement. Can you take care of the kids? And so this allows me to feel organized and not like I'm trying to jam my business into any little hole that I can find. So on Saturday morning, the 11th, I will sit down. I will do the same thing that I did with the free group. I'll come up with a theme. My theme for my challenge group on the 20th is speaking to my niche. And if you got on a little bit late, go back to the beginning of the call and listen because I talk about your niche. My niche is moms. My niche is women who are trying to get rid of that spare tire. That's my challenge group idea for the month of March. I've done this group before. It's called Battle of the Bulge. I'm going to do it again. And literally it's to any woman who is struggling to get rid of that spare tire. Like they can't get it under control no matter how hard they try or how many times they diet. They just can't get rid of it. I'm going to talk about how being a busy woman and working or being a stay-at-home parent is not an excuse and how nutrition is important. And that's going to be my challenge group idea. So when I launch that, all my posts, my challenge group jabs are going to be about that. I'm going to share Transformation Tuesday pictures of other moms. I'm going to share my own story. I'm going to share portable snack ideas so that when I'm going to basketball practice and lacrosse practice, what do I pack? You know, how do I crock pot meals and how do I make time for my exercise within my week? And so I'm going to start kind of showing that so that by the 20th, when I start preseason on that challenge group, I have my Success Club points. So now that I have a calendar and I can visually see what my plan is for the month, it allows me to make sure that I am sort of staying on track with at least one of my posts every single day. All right. So then the other thing is, yes, I do business opportunity calls because, you know, I host them for the team. So if you are like, okay, I do want to start growing my business. You also know that on the 22nd, I'm going to host a business opportunity call. Yes, I'll give more information about it, and I will talk more about that later. But then you also see that I start talking about the business. I invite and do business opportunity posts at the end of the month. So I get my challenge groups at the beginning, coaching at the end. That's the way my brain works. So this gives you an idea. What I encourage you to do is kind of do this with your business and get an outline of what your goals are for the month. Another thing that I encourage you to do is actually write, right up here in the top of your calendar, what are your March goals? Do you have a goal to be Emerald? Do you have a goal to add 2 more coaches to your team if you're already Emerald? Do you have a goal of hitting Success Club 10 this month instead of Success Club 5? Do you have an income goal? I want to earn $250, this month in commissions. So ask yourself, write your actual goals at the top. And then when you look at those goals, you look at your paper and you say, are my actions, the things that I'm about to take action in my business, going to actually get me to the bottom line? So this helps keep me organized. And then on Monday mornings, or when I go to open my computer and start my work day, I'm able to say, okay, Melanie, what are the things you need to do so that you're expanding your market, you're adding new contacts, you're inviting, you're following up? Because otherwise, we sit down at the computer and we can spend 20 minutes, 30 minutes just scrolling, trying to get ideas. And that is a waste of time and not necessarily a good use of your time. All right. So this is going to be kind of your assignment to wrap your brain around, to start thinking about, when are my next challenge groups? What do I need to do? And then the second thing is making sure that you're supporting your current customers. So if you have customers in a challenge group right now, making sure that, number one, you have set a reminder on your phone and your calendar to check in with those people. 7 days after they get their challenge pack, have they started drinking their Shakeology yet? Do they like it? What is their favorite recipe? Maybe even you sharing recipes. Are you checking into the Challenge Tracker app? When's the last time that you've checked in with your customers that bought the challenge pack? If you know that they ordered on, February 28th, then you guys know that on or about March 28th is going to be their next Shakeology order. So I would remind them about the 21st of March. And I would check in again and say, how are you liking your Shakeology? Do you have any interest in becoming a coach? And if you think they would make a great coach, you invite them and you tell them why. So you want to sort of set parameters within your business so that you're giving excellent customer service and you don't just stop with that initial sale, but you think about how to continue to support people and move them, from one challenge group to the next so that they stay engaged. All right, questions about this so far? Any questions? You can type it in the chat. You can unmute.
Where do you get your ideas for your challenge groups, like the names of them? Do you go to any specific place?
I will sometimes go just to Google and I'll just type in, I'll just Google search mom weight loss challenges, and I'll click images and I'll look to see what images come up. I'll do spring cleaning for your nutrition. I'll just type in random keywords, and I'll do that on Pinterest too. And then I'll look to see what kind of catches my attention. And then sometimes something will catch my attention and I'll be able to kind of come up with an entire sort of program around a tagline that I see. So that's how I figure it out. And then I repurpose. So I have used Battle of the Bulge for 5 years in a row. And so every year about this time, I do this group. And since it works so well, and every year, obviously, I'm adding new people into my network, I get new people all the time. And so I kind of tuck those great ideas away and just repurpose them as needed. George, I have a question. I have members now, but they haven't purchased yet. So how do I encourage them to participate in my own challenge group without selling to them? Or is that why I would do? So the 7-day free group is your sort of, I call that your interview. Basically, you are trying to prove to your people why they should purchase. And so then when you go, after that 7-day free group is over, once you get to Sunday, I say, all right, if you love this group and you really want to continue on, I'm hosting an official challenge group on the 20th. There are requirements around this group. Everybody is required to do a Beachbody fitness program. Everybody is required to replace 1 meal a day with Shakeology for the duration of the group. If you're interested, let me know, and I'll get you more information. So I'll post that in the free group, but then also I send each person that's in the free group a private message inviting them to that. So at this point, you're selling to them. You are saying, I know how much you like this group. I see a need. I would love to help you. Can I make a recommendation? And you recommend the program you think that would be best for them, and you tell them this is the best way for them to get the results. So at that point, you have to ask for that call to action. You have to ask for them to make a decision. So that's what I would do after that. And then 2, a lot of people's commitment came from my results. So every month I share my transformation story. So every month I share my progress update, and I will say to people, like, this is where I'm at in my fitness journey. And so, we're 30 days in. You should have made progress from the beginning of March until now. So and my progress sometimes was only 2 or 3 pounds in a month, and I would do a side by side. And then every month I would say, all right, I'm 30 days into the 21-day fix. I'm starting round 2. These are the changes I've noticed. I've lost, 5 inches. I have lost, 4 pounds. I noticed that I have more energy to keep up with my kids. I noticed that, I'm more regular. I notice that I'm not starving all the time. I notice that I'm getting stronger. I can do more push-ups. And while physically I'm not where I want to be yet, I know that I'm making progress. And if it wasn't for the challenge groups and the accountability groups, I wouldn't be where I am today. And so every month you guys should get in the habit of doing those side-by-sides and taking people on the journey. Because that's where I would get people. They'd be like, all right, I've been watching you for 30 days. All right, I've been watching you for 60 days. All right, I've been watching you for 120 days. I see that this is working for you. I'm ready to commit. I've tried everything else out there, and now I'm ready to join. And so that is also another way that I've been able to really get people to invest in the products, is because I am very much so open and honest and upfront with what it's doing for me. And I believe that the best coaches are leading by example, and we're a work in progress. And we sort of show like the good, the bad, and the ugly. So a lot of times you'll see me say like, oh, royally screwed up this weekend, had too many margaritas, I had bread on my sandwich. And so, but here I am Monday morning back on track. And I sort of take people through the journey. And obviously I'm still getting progress. I'm still making progress, and people can see I'm not gaining weight. I'm maintaining where I'm at. So those are very important, and those are sales tactics, actually. If you really want to think about it, the fact that you are able to make that progress, you're selling it yourself by being a product of the product. So I hope that helps you guys in this process too. So that's that. All right. So let me just really quickly say, we got to have a game plan. I would love to see your game plan. So I'd love it if you went in, and I'll share my March calendar in Vimify. I want to see yours below. So just do it in the comments. I don't care if it's messy and on a sheet of paper and you just handwrite it. Don't spend hours trying to make a fancy marketing calendar. I need you to have a game plan so you can plug it into your to-do list, and you're efficient with the time that you're using in your business. The next thing that I want us to look at is this. It's time to start thinking about making sure that you are making the right progress in your business. So when you're setting goals for yourself, I don't know how many of you have gone and taken a look at the training library. So if you go into the news and training and you go into the training section, one of the things that you're going to see in here is you're going to see this thing, and it's called the leadership ladder. And when you click on this is very important. So, if you're trying to set financial goals, if you're trying to set growth goals for yourself, Emerald and Diamond and Success Club, those are great benchmarks. But how do you get to where you want to be? This leadership ladder is like glorious. And when I talk about sort of making sure that your income is matching your rank in your business, this does an awesome job of marrying the two together. So where you guys should be at right now is this business starter category. So in the business starter category, your goal is to make sure that you are earning $100 a month. So in February, as a coach, did you hit $100 a month in commissions? Number two, did you hit Success Club? Were you at least a coach rank, which means you aren't inactive, which means you're at least getting your Shakeology every month. You don't have to worry about any of these other things because they don't count. That's your first rung of the ladder, which means you're actually earning an income, right? Then if we look at the next leadership, and actually you guys saw within there too, it actually gives you like business activities. So, if you are not confident with connecting with people, inviting, selling at least 3 challenge packs, it gives you resources for you to strengthen these skills outside over and above what I've already given to you. But so many coaches are like, I'm not hitting Success Club, or I'm not getting my customers, or I haven't reached this rung. And it's because they're not doing the things that are on this list. So it's time to kind of give a gut check and say, like, look, if I want to make this business work, then I have to do the things that are going to make it work. And it's these things. And so it talks about knowing this, learning how. It gives you, look at all those resources, guys, like how to earn. So many people are like, how do I earn commissions? Well, watch the video, right? Inviting, there's a lot of stuff in there. Shakeology, no Shakeology. So many, at the beginning, I literally spent 15 to 20 minutes every single day watching a Shakeology video, reading about it, talking about it, so that I got more confident in how I would share that with other people too. All right, so once you get to this point, then the next rung of your leadership ladder is going to be team builder. So this is where we're essentially going in March. So our goal is to get to $250 for the month. I really want you guys to, and what will happen is if you had 3 challenge packs in February, then you got the commissions for that. If they were all access challenge packs, you literally had to sell 2 of them because one of them was $70. If you sold 2, then you became a business starter in February. If you didn't do that, then your goal is to do that in March, is to at least get those challenge packs. But then here's the other thing. If you got to Success Club in February, you now are going to have a wave of people where their Shakeology HD orders are going to get turned over again. And you're going to get commission when they stay on Shakeology. So every month your customers stay on Shakeology, that's a commission in your pocket. It's 25% of whatever their Shakeology price was, whether they're a club member or they're a regular customer. And so you're getting that. And then on top of that, you want to at minimum add 3 to 5 new customers who purchase a challenge pack. So now you're going to begin to see this compound effect in your income, whereas you're adding more customers and you're helping your customers get results, you're going to see your income begin to grow. It's also going to naturally help you hit this benchmark of Success Club. And then we want to really work hard at getting to Emerald. And those are your first 2 coaches. So I don't want to go in depth with this because a lot of times we still are trying to manage like getting the hang of running challenge groups, but I'm just going to touch on this really quickly. Emerald is not hard. A lot of people say, I want to be Emerald by July. And I'm like, no, you really should be Emerald by next week. Like it should be a pretty quick thing. So you want to think about 2 people. 2 people that are loyal Shakeology drinkers, 2 people that could use the discount on Shakeology, a family member, your mom. Like my 2 coaches were my mom and my husband, and they both drink Shakeology. So it's not like I was investing my own money into my business, but they were drinking Shakeology. And I was like, Mom, you're signing up as a coach. You don't have to do anything with the business, but you're going to get Shakeology 25% discount. Yes, there's going to be a monthly membership fee, but you're still going to get it cheaper, and I'm going to make you a coach. You don't have to tell people you're a coach, but this is what you're going to do. And so she signed up as a coach. And then I signed Matt up, and I bought a challenge pack under him, and I bought the packets of Shakeology versus the big bag. And I got the 3-day refresh because it waived my $40 coach sign-up fee. I did the 3-day refresh so that I had something to talk about, because if I did the 3-day refresh and I journaled it for 3 days, then I could show people that it worked. So then I could sell some refreshes, right? And then I took the packets of Shakeology, and when somebody said, I want to try it before I buy it, I would say, well, I have packets. They're $5 a packet. I'll mail you one, or I'll drop one off if you want to try it. And I would give people packets, charge them for it. And I made up just a 1-page little Word document that I shared with them about how to make it. And so that was, and then I basically made my money back for that challenge pack by, the commission that I got from signing my husband up and by selling off those packets. And so I kept his account open, and Matt's account is like our performance line and anything extra we need. And then we do have 2 bags of Shakeology because I drink it and he does. So we each have one now, but that was how we got started. So at least it got me to that emerald rank. And then from there, I started to look at my customers and say, who do I think would make a great coach? Or do I have friends that I think would want to do this business with me? And then I started inviting those people as well. So that's really how I got to Team Builder, was based on just focusing on those simple activities. So maybe that's kind of planting some seeds for you now. The other thing with Team Builder is you're going to see this whole, like, personally, it says PS right there, PS with 1 Success Club point. So that is you having a coach, and PS is like personally sponsored. So that means that you sponsored that coach and one of your coaches. So it's like Matt, my husband, selling a challenge pack to his brother. And because he sold a challenge pack, my husband now gets 2 Success Club points. So that would count for that category, right? That means I have 1 personally sponsored coach that at least has a Success Club point. And so then that would help. You have to have 2 of those, and that would help. That would get you to that category. Then it talks about week leg volume. So when you become an Emerald coach, you can now begin to earn Team Cycle bonus. So in everybody's business, you have a weak leg and you have a strong leg, and everybody's is sort of different. The way that you can figure that out is you can actually go and you can go under my business and my volume, and you can see your left volume and your right volume. One side is going to naturally have more than the other. Or you're going to notice that there are coaches signed up that you didn't add, and you're like, I don't know who these people are. That's your strong leg. Those coaches are not your responsibility, but they were placed there by probably me or somebody above you, and anything that they buy or sell is going to accrue volume on that side. And so what happens is, if you build up the other side by placing working coaches or coaches over there, you're going to be able to use what's called this Team Cycle bonus. And so you can actually read more about that, but you're trying to get to 200 per month is what you're trying to do. And so I know that this is very abstract, and it wasn't until I started signing coaches that I understood this. But if you go to the Learn How, and then if you go to the How to Earn, and you listen to the How to Rank Advance, How to Earn Team Cycle bonus, this will actually help you understand that much, much better. All right. So really, I don't want you to be overly obsessed with this Emerald Ruby category. I want you to be aware of it. I want you to be strategic about what you're doing. I want you to think about your actions in your business, and are they producing results that are going to allow you to keep building your business and to stay as a coach, right? Because nobody wants to be in the red when they open a new company. We all want to be in the green. So these are strategies to help make sure that you stay in that process. All right. So does that make sense? Makes a little bit of sense? All right. Okay. So questions that you guys have, any questions at all? Now is the time to ask.
I know you said that we should team up with people, like if we only have like one person. That's because I have like one person who's going to probably join a challenge here in the next couple of days. Okay. But as far as like where to place them and that sort of thing, like I've been promoting a challenge group for starting March 6th.
Okay.
So should I just post in like the team page on Facebook and see who's running one? Or
yeah, I would go into like my personally sponsored coach page, and just post in there and say, hey, you know, I am starting a challenge group on March 6th. I maybe have 1 or 2 people. Is anybody else looking to team up, and we can split the responsibilities? And so I would post in there and then see who responds. And then maybe, Jennifer, what you can do is you can say, all right, let's split it. I'll post Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You do Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And then you guys can split the responsibilities that way.
Okay.
So does that help?
Yeah.
And then 2, I am also doing my next challenge group is on the 20th. So again, like if you get your group started on the 6th and you still need to get more Success Club points, you can advertise for the March 20th, and then you can add people into mine if you would like to. So that offer still stands for people too.
Okay.
Other questions? Was this helpful?
Yes.
Good. Good. So I loved having you guys, and I really appreciate you guys showing up all the way until the end for the entire 4 weeks. I will get this call put into the recordings, and then what I really want you guys to do is work on your your March calendar of when you're going to run what groups, really sort of outlining the theme for what you want your group to be. Making it a goal to share your progress update at some point during this week and talk about your journey, you know, a month into this business. I think that's a great thing for you guys to share and just kind of create that game plan for yourselves. And then we're going to do it again, and we're going to rock the month of March. And no matter how February went, do not let it deter you. Don't let it deflate you. Just realize that, you know, success was not quick for me. So I feel like I can really speak to this point. I didn't actually hit Success Club my first month as a coach. I didn't. I made $30. That was it. I sold 1 bag of Shakeology, and it was to my sister-in-law. I didn't have a big social network, but what I did do is I worked hard, and I was like very reflective. I was like, that didn't work. Try something new. And I put myself out there, and I was not afraid to put myself out there. And so all the things I'm telling you are all the things that I did to build traction. And in month 2, I sort of like eked by with Success Club. Like I just got it in month 2. And then it started to pick up. I would say like month 3, month 4, month 5, like, okay, I was starting to get in a good rhythm. But that's the one thing that I just see people give up before they like start to see that traction. And just like the compound effect, like you've got to give it some time to work. So just keep going, trust the process. You guys are all amazing coaches, and I love watching you on social media and seeing what you're doing. So keep it up. Keep doing a good job. And again, let me know if you have any questions at all. And I will talk to you guys later. All right? I'll see ya. Have a good day. Bye, everybody.